Alright, I'm here once again. Thank you for joining me on this little excursion as I sit here in the basement of the Algernon Toy Palace, and I must admit, my head is spinning, positively spinning with all of the reaction from San Diego Comic-Con 2022, and it was there was so many announcements that I cannot even keep them straight, but of course, I am going to focus on what I'm here for is the toys, these artifacts of joy, the most wonderful invention in mankind's history. So, Comic-Con returned, and it was a great, wonderful suitcase. A wonderful suitcase. Wonderful. It was, though, wonderful. I kid. It was very wonderful, and there were so many things to dive into, but I'm going to spend this time on focusing on that which was announced for Masters of the Universe, and I was blown away. Quite impressive feats that they have managed to put together. First and foremost, let's take a look here. This is the Mega Constructs toy line for Masters of the Universe, is something that's, well, I outside of Lego, I don't think you're going to find anything more impressive than this. Of course, Lego is the leader, but Mega Constructs has made such great strides, and I must admit, I did say in our Star Trek episode, The Enterprise from Playmobil, that the Lego minifig is among the most iconic. I don't even like to use that word anymore because it's so overused, but it's so recognizable. It's become its own genre. Lego movies and with the Lego minifigs have become its own genre of film and entertainment. So to compare anything to it is unfair. But the Playmobil is also a very recognizable depiction of the human form. Not so recognizable as the Mega Constructs depiction of the figures, but I must tell you, I've held one of these, and they're quite remarkable. The articulation is very impressive, and I'm a little nervous because I like them quite a bit. In fact, I'll confess, I pre-ordered this set right here. The Now You Have the Power set. There's so much more to dive into here. There it is, of course. This is something that is just wonderful. It depicts He-Man and Adam's transformation from Adam to He-Man and Castle Grayskull. And here you see this is the set you assemble with the Mega Constructs. And of course they are very, very Lego-like. And the box art, from what I could tell, becomes part of look at the detail on this tiny fig. I mean, it's just wonderful. This is a wonderful depiction. It's fantastic. I'm so excited. I couldn't help it. It's fantastic. Now this board here, this is the jaw bridge. Now when you press, I think we're able to see it right here, and you twirl this switches, so you place Adam on one side and He-Man on the other. Now, there is a video, but I don't want to violate any copyright, so I won't be playing the video. But there's something here to switch. It basically it's a play set, and the play features the transformation from Adam to He-Man, and it's quite wonderful. And the box in which the play set comes is part of the set. So I just think this is absolutely wonderful. I couldn't help myself with $30. I couldn't help myself. So I'm certain that the little Mr. Algernon and I will have hours of fun with this, and I'm looking forward to it. And I'll tell you, it's likely to at some point feature in a future episode, an examination in Toys with Algernon. So stay tuned for that. I will confess that so many of these things look amazing. Look at this. This was not announced at San Diego Comic-Con, but I became aware of it because I was sort of poring over all the announcements at San Diego Comic-Con, which returned in person. It was quite fun to follow it. But this is, I don't even know where to begin. I don't have Castle Grayskull. I did get a chance to hold one of these, but this set, it rivals anything I've seen from Lego. It's just absolutely fantastic. It's Snake Mountain, and we have a version of Skeletor. I don't remember. I know the dragon on its back. It's not Terror Claws Skeletor, but there's Webstor, Trapjaw, Thunder Punch He-Man, I believe that is, and Ram Man and Evil Lyn, of course. Dragon, well, I'll have to look this up. Someone help me out here. But it folds up just as the original toy set did. This is just... I'm sort of stunned. Look at this. The little beasties emerging from the dungeon. I do wonder, I'm looking here, if from the demon head to the lava fall, the prisoner shackles to the notorious Bone Throne. Oh, yes, the Bone Throne! Yes, of course, from Skeletor, from the animated... And look, there's the table. The table from the animated series, the original Filmation animated series. This is fantastic. Oh, no, my pocketbook is not thrilled right now. But this is why I have, I'm very fortunate that my young one will love playing with this, and it'll be his. So, but before it is his, it'll probably feature heavily in an episode of Toys with Algernon. I don't know when, but this is just, I don't know how I passed this up. This is fantastic. I'm very excited to see this and assemble this and spend the time. I mean, that's what it's for, to spend the time with my young one, and we enjoy very much putting these together and assembling these. He's got a few Lego sets. I haven't done Legos yet. I don't know when I will, but I have a feeling I may get to Mega Constructs before I get to Lego, which perhaps some of you may find sacrilegious. I don't know. I apologize if that's the case, but it's my enthusiasm for Masters of the Universe is so that they were the first 2 chapters that I produced for Toys for Algernon. The debut was the Filmation He-Man produced by Super 7 and the Filmation Skeletor produced by Super 7. So I'm sorry, I'm not going... I feel as though I have to explain that I have a very rich fondness for Masters of the Universe. There was this is the 40 years celebration, He-Man's 40th birthday, and they put out a set. Look at these. He-Man versus Skeletor. There's been so many sets put out that it's hard to even count them all at this point, but each of these has 30 points of articulation. The power swords, a die cast. They're going to have a little heft for them. He-Man's going to need those muscles to lift it. But these are, I mean, I don't know. They're wonderful. I did see at the announcement that they didn't show it, but Skeletor has an articulated jaw. So perhaps he has 31 points of articulation. Who knows? But these look highly posable. There's the old Castle Grayskull ring with the 40th anniversary logo. Oh, I tell you, I must get a t-shirt. Oh, yes, look at this. I bet you that looks like the Castle Grayskull from the new Origins line, or the continuing Origins line, which I would like to get to here in a moment. Look at this, the description: for 40 years, the almighty He-Man and the evil sorcerer Skeletor have been locked in epic battle for the power of Grayskull to determine who truly is the master of the universe. Oh my. There's very few things bring me back to childhood quite the way Masters of the Universe does. Of course, if you followed the exploits of my channel, you know that Star Wars it certainly does, and is probably my number 1. But look at this. Number 2, with a bullet, Masters of the Universe. Oh yes, this is just remarkable. There's more to show you. This entire episode is going to be Masters of the Universe. There was just too much. And also, if I may, I don't believe Star Wars needs my help. Okay, Masters of the Universe, I do think it still feels niche. Did you see this? Here it is on the Mattel Creations page. It's down here. Yes. Oh, see, they've taken it away. I see. Yes, but they showed it. You can find it and YouTube. You can see it's all over the place. They announced the Eternia set that everyone lusted after as a child. I used to joke that if you knew someone who had this set, it meant their parents were divorced. A bit of dark humor, to be sure, but you understand my point. It's just that this is, I think this was sort of akin to perhaps the flagship or the aircraft carrier in G.I. Joe. It was just one of those things that most of us felt were unattainable and didn't even bother. But it's sort of a thing of legend, or at least toward the end of the original line, I believe. But now it's on its way back. And I believe this is the crowdfunding thing from Mattel and Mattel Creations. Now, this is something else. If you have a moment, I have been unable to locate this, but the He-Man 40th Anniversary pack, inside this pack is the original depiction of the original He-Man. Then, I believe the reboot in the late 80s, early 90s, when it took place largely in space, rather unpopular. But I have come to find out that that particular animated series has quite a bit of a fan base. And then the 2002 reboot, and then the current Masters of the Universe Origins. Now, I don't know about you, but it looked as though the Masters of the Universe Origins line was starting to head towards the finish line, but they are doubling down with the Eternia playset. And this CamoCon, they also showed a great deal of the Snake Man. King Hiss is coming. Tongue Lasher is coming. I was just absolutely floored by what I saw from Mattel Creations. And if you haven't seen Castle Grayskull, I wonder if we can find it real quickly here. I'm going to go ahead and do a search, because if you've not seen this... Oh, of course I'm not even typing. How about that? There it is, of course. This is the Masters of the Universe Mega Constructs. Look at this skeleton. Oh my. The Castle Grayskull. I mean, it is a recreation of the original 1980s Castle Grayskull, right down to the weapons rack. Comes with Man-at-Arms. I believe that's the only way you can get Man-at-Arms, is through Castle Grayskull. Pardon me. But it is, the elevator is there. The trapdoor throne. Oh my, yes, this thing is quite an impressive piece. This is something I don't know if I'm able to pass this up. Snake Mountain and Castle Grayskull, just two very wonderful memories I have. I don't know how these don't feature in Toys with Algernon at some point down in the produced. But I hope you don't mind my saying so, that this has been quite fun, and I hope you don't mind that I took some time to do this. I might have something later for you, and I'm going to have something later for a month. If I do get a chance to get to it, I would really like to see what they have out for Star Wars and some of the other things. I know G.I. Joe had a very big presence, and I know there's probably many of you who are G.I. Joe fans. I know there was some distressing things for Star Trek fans, like Eagle Moss is no longer producing the starships, but someone else is taking control. So there's something there as well. So I will hope to have something there, but I thank you very much if you stayed to the end here, and as I went on this flight of fancy that just couldn't believe what I was seeing from Masters of the Universe. So until next time, I won't dim the lights, for there are no lights to dim, of course, but I'll just say thank you for watching, the YouTube thing, the subscribing and like. You know what, I honestly, I'm not really worried about it. I just kind of like, putting these things out there, and I hope you enjoy them. That's all I really care about, okay? Don't worry about all that other stuff, like subscribing and liking and putting it out there. It's not something I'm not worried about, okay? So you just enjoy yourselves. I hope you're healthy. I hope you're safe, and I hope you're enjoying these artifacts of joy as much as I am. Thank you so much.